Looks like we got a tie. Diantha it is. Alrighty, so today we're doing Diantha. Yeah, my patrons got to vote on this, and they landed on a tie, so yeah, one of them, Chamomile, kindly suggested that I do like a coin flip, like random generator, to figure out which one I'm gonna do, and I thought that was a fun idea, so excellent. And we landed on Diantha, and I'm excited, because I feel like it's been a while since I just sat down and designed a new fancy outfit for a character, and I had a lot of fun with this. My inspiration for Diantha, I wanted her to look really, like, elegant and regal. She's technically a Grand Duchess, like that's her trainer class, is Grand Duchess. And I wanted to represent that better. I thought of, like, what if she was going to, like, a fancy event, like the Met Gala? And in fact, I used the Met Gala as sort of a base of inspiration for coming up with this design. Now first I'm going to interrupt myself to mention that somehow I forgot to record a large section of my sketch process. You can see here that suddenly the whole outfit is sketched out. I go over my sketches to kind of show you how I went about the process. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I used the Met Gala as a big inspiration for Diantha here, and more specifically, I used Rihanna's large, yellow, beautiful dress. That was the thing that I was like, yes, I like that, we're gonna use that. So yeah, really excited. I like Diantha a lot. I think she's really pretty, and while not a technically difficult battle, I think she's one of the more standout champions of the Pokemon world. Certainly stronger than Alder in terms of, like, memorability. Alder, who came before her, was just so nothing special. So yeah, Diantha, I think she's up there with Cynthia, for me at least, in terms of the more memorable champions. So yeah, I was excited to come up with the idea to make up a new outfit for her, because while I think she does look very pretty in her, like, Canon outfit, you know, with all the white, it's just, like, fine. I don't know. It's good, but I don't know. It just doesn't quite do it for me, so I liked the idea to get to give her a more fancy design. So yeah. Another thing about Diantha that I think is really interesting is, as is the usual for champions, she does not have a set type. She uses a bunch of different Pokemon, though her main Pokemon is her Gardevoir, which she Mega Evolves in her battle. And that's cool. I kind of wish she looked more like Gardevoir in that regard, but I suppose I appreciate that her design doesn't give away what her main Pokemon is gonna be when you fight her. But interestingly, she actually, the most common Pokemon type that she has on her team is Rock. She's got the most Rock types because she's got both of the fossils on her team, Aurorus and Tyrantrum. So I thought that was interesting, because she seems really delicate, you know, elegant, pretty, but to have the most common type on her team to actually end up being Rock, I just thought that was fun. I think Diantha is actually a very easy champion to beat. The whole game of X and Y that she comes from is really easy. I really wish that Pokemon, like the Pokemon Company, can figure out that sometimes adults play Pokemon. Like, I think Pokemon should absolutely be accessible to everyone, but I want a challenge. I would just want the option to pick a difficulty setting, you know? Like, please. I want to be challenged. I'm usually such a weenie. Most times, if I'm given the option to pick a difficulty level, I'll pick easy, but Pokemon's the one time where I'm like, please let me pick hard, I wanna be challenged. So that would be cool, because yeah, Diantha was chump change. She was really easy to beat. Hell, I think Wickstrom was more difficult of a battle, just because I didn't have anything that was good against his Klefki. But yeah, a difficulty option would be really appreciated for the Pokemon world. Honestly, Pokemon in general, I think, needs to kind of get with the times a bit in terms of gameplay. I don't know, it's been very much exactly the same since the dawn of time. And I don't know, they keep pretending that they're innovating by adding new gimmicks to battles, like, here's Mega Evolution, and now we got Z moves and Gigantamax, and it's like, okay, so a gimmick is not innovation. Like, you need to... here's a great example. It takes forever to do a turn in Pokemon. Like, it has to tell you what the Pokemon does, and then the Pokemon does its move, and then it has to tell you if there are any weather effects and any status effects, and those all have an animation, and it just takes a whole eternity, and that needs to be expedited. Stuff like that. I think Pokemon... I mean, it's one of the main staples of Nintendo. Pokemon should absolutely be able to grow with the times. If Link can have an adventure where he doesn't go to a certain number of dungeons and collect the Triforce and do a unique thing like how he did in Breath of the Wild, then Pokemon should be able to learn how to do a modern RPG, actually. Got to the coloring here. I'm gonna make her earring her Mega Stone, because I think that's tons of fun. But and I'm upset that we don't, as the player, get to pick a fancy way to represent your Mega Stone if you're playing a game that has Mega Evolution. It's always gotta be the boring bracelet. And it's like, well, Maxie's Mega Stone is in his glasses. That's cool. Why don't I get a customized like that? You know? That's another thing. I mean, there's a million little things that you'd like to change with Pokemon. You know, like, please let me pick some different hairstyles before I start the game. Don't make me wait until I find the first boutique to give myself hair that actually looks like my hair, you know? You know, little things like that. And like, let me customize how I wear my Mega Stones. But I think there are bigger issues Nintendo has to kind of look at when it comes to Pokemon and its gameplay first. Like the fact that it takes an eternity to level up, or rather, it takes an eternity to do a turn, and also that the difficulty curve is non-existent, that the games are really easy, and that they only seem bigger these days. Like Sword and Shield feels like a bigger game than, you know, Gold and Silver, just because they've got cutscenes now, and that's not really... it's just taking longer to get through the same level of dialogue, of like, pretty simple dialogue. These characters aren't deep, and I'm not looking for like a super intense JRPG level of characterization in Pokemon, but I think a competently handled script could be great. I would really love that. Back to the picture, actually, I had really struggled to figure out what I wanted to do with her, like, cape. We'll call it a cape situation. Because I knew I wanted her in yellow, because Rihanna had been my inspiration, and I liked the idea of yellow on Diantha. I thought it would look good with her hair and eye color, and I think I'm right. But I didn't really know what I wanted to do with the cape, because Rihanna's whole situation is, like, all just yellow. But that felt like it would be too much, like, an egg on Diantha here, because I knew I wanted to add white accessories, but yeah, I didn't want her to just look like an egg yolk. So I had waffled around with what I wanted to do for a little bit there, and I'm really happy with my conclusion of to make the inside of the cape this sunset fade ombre kind of deal. I really like when the inside of an article of clothing, whether that be a cape or a jacket or a skirt, you know, whatever it is, I like it when that's a different color to the outside. I think it gives it a very cool way to give a pop of little life to an outfit, you know? I like Diantha's hair, even though it's really difficult for me to figure out. It was hard for me to kind of wrap my head around it. And honestly, I feel like it's perhaps the weakest element of this illustration, not in terms of, like, design, because I didn't redesign it at all, but rather I struggled to render her hair. On the flip side, I really like her eyes and how I drew them. I don't know what was going on, I was just like in the eye zone that day. You know how on some days you just know how to draw one thing and it's like, well great, I can do eyes today, that's fun. Better make sure I pay attention so I can do this again on another day. But ultimately, I'm actually really happy with this picture. It was nice to kind of just sit down and have fun drawing pretty old Diantha here. This month, my whole life has actually been kind of stressful lately. And this was just a nice way to just chill out. It was a low stress drawn out, and that's fun. And also, I mean, I've been in such a Pokemon mood anyway, because I just recently did a video where I ranked the Kanto gym leaders. So, Pokemon's been on my mind. So, that was another reason why I was glad that the coin toss landed on Diantha, just because I was already in a very Pokemon-heavy mindset. So yeah, just had a lot of fun drawing Diantha. I think this is a really cute outfit. And I'm just proud. Sorry for rambling. I'm just really happy with how this came out. Also, on the topic of Diantha, I don't know if I'm just stupid, but when I first played through X and Y, I completely did not catch on that she was gonna be the leader, the champion. I was like she showed up and there was a cutscene and she's like, "Hi, I'm Diantha," and I'm like, cool, she was interesting. I wonder what the champion's gonna be like. Like, I don't know how I just missed it. I didn't know what else Diantha would be doing. I just accepted her as an interesting NPC. Like, she was cool. Anyway, I'm usually pretty good at catching on. Like, oh, Cynthia sure does keep showing up a lot. Oh, Cynthia might tell you, though, that she's the champion. Either way, somehow, Diantha being the champion ended up being a surprise to me. So, I guess that just goes to show that sometimes even the most obvious of things is still a surprise to someone else. I really like the champions. I like the ones more that get, like, decent characterization. Diantha is honestly kind of a bad example of that. She sort of just shows up and is like, "Hi, bye," and then she leaves. Like, she doesn't get a ton of character. Meanwhile, while Alder is, I think, a more forgettable champion, I think his character is a lot stronger because he does show up so much and he interacts with Sharon or Karen. He interacts with your friends and how to get strong and what real strength is. So, yeah, I like when champions really get to engage with you. I think Leon is perhaps the best champion we've gotten so far. He's really interesting, and him being related to your rival adds a really cool, like, layer to your, like, relationship with him. So yeah, I think that's a lot of fun. I'd like for the next one to be more professional. I think Leon was cool, but I don't want Pokemon to try to do Leon again. You know, like another sort of friendly kind of dude bro, very much like, "Hey, I'm just your best friend's brother." Like, I'd like the next one to be more of like a respectable kind of character. I hope that makes sense. Also, similarly, I would really like it if the evil team of the next Pokemon game, if they weren't likable. Let me explain. So, we all love Team Skull, and Team Yell is also a delight. So, and I think they're fun, and I think that's cool. But I want the evil team to actually just be evil, and not like oh, they're the evil quote-unquote team, but they're actually just nice kids. Again. We've done that twice in a row now. I think it'd be okay for us to just have another, "Hey, we're here to take over the city," or "We want all the money," or whatever it is that they're up to. I think taking over the world, like Lysander, that was kind of stupid. I think the best Pokemon evil teams are the ones that have an attainable goal. And also, if they could not just be dark and poison type users, like how they all are. The most interesting ones were Team Team Magma and Team Aqua because they had like an elemental gimmick, and that was interesting. Yeah, but I've gotten off topic. I've barely spoken about the picture. I just have a lot of Pokemon opinions. But yeah, there's Diantha. I think she turned out really great. I'm really, really happy with this design, like how I already mentioned earlier in my little moment where I was gushing about her. Yeah, I think it's super cute, and she manages to not look like an egg. So yeah, I hope you had fun. Let me know if you like Diantha, or if you think Alder is a more interesting character than her. Please, I like Pokemon. Talk to me about Pokemon. And of course, thank you all to all the patrons. I rely on you guys so much. I appreciate you for everything you do. Yeah, go out there and watch more of my videos.